We are at the turning point of history.
We're going to put cryptocurrencies and central bank digital currencies on trial.
This isn't going to take crypto down. I'm not sure what will.
Money is about to get a facelift, and not just a nip and tuck.
Instrument of government control.
The digital trail of every dollar spent. It's our individual worth to the commercial world in real time. Digital wallets and digital IDs are linked to everything.
A once-in-a-lifetime financial transition.
Some argue that CBDCs will be a dystopian nightmare, but it's not remotely the case.
We need to get this right.
Money, wealth, and security is totally streamlined, frictionless.
What propels one propels all of them.
It's not dystopia, it's utopia.
You buy a stick of gum, the government will know.
Demystify the word decentralization. It's a mirage.
You mistrust government, I guess you can just keep gold bars in a cave with some beef jerky, a dog, and a rifle.
This you simply need to know. Money hasn't evolved for, a long time now. The last transformation was from a token-based system, physical notes and coins, to an account-based system, a ledger, databases. Along with the credit cards and online banking platforms, the system we know today is for all intents and purposes digital, but somehow money seems like it's still stuck in paper form. We don't seem to have any of the real benefits of digitalization, apart from spending money easier and quicker. Digitalization, as we know it today, is expensive, slow, it's a fee fest for intermediaries and bankers. However, money is about to get a facelift, and not just a nip and tuck. Money is about to go truly digital. Digital in the form of a cryptocurrency, and contrary to mainstream media, this transformation will be revolutionary. So in this episode, we're going to put cryptocurrencies and central bank digital currencies on trial, discuss how the two coexisting will transform society forever. Savings, spending, investing, earnings, everything will change like never before, because money as we know it will be no more, and sooner than we think. This you simply need to know. Let me paint a picture of the future of money. It's the year 2030. The collapse and consolidation of the retail banking sector, along with the collapse of the commercial real estate and bond markets, ushered in a new innovative payment system, central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, an innovative digital money system issued and distributed directly by the central banks, 100% guaranteed by the sovereign state, streamlining safe money supply, financial stability, whilst ensuring absolute access, all accelerating the digital economy. Transfer and payment fees are non-existent. Agencies leverage AI, automating adjustments in tax rates, interest rates, and money supply. Central banks deploy programmable money to commercial banks that automatically execute according to predetermined terms and conditions, eliminating misuse of liquidity, ensuring commercial loans and credit distribution to where it's needed most. Bank runs and risk in the system are a distant memory. Bitcoin and gold are trading at all-time highs, along with lithium, graphite, and silicon. Private equity in the stock markets are tokenized, offering near immediate liquidity 24/7. XRP contracts on the Ripple network are the de facto cross-border payment system, with live execution and near zero fees. Financial fraud, tax evasion, and illegal funding are practically non-existent. Digital wallets and digital IDs are linked to everything. Utility bills are based on household income. Anyone can opt in and relinquish their privacy tokens, gaining further access to better saving rates. Healthcare tokens are traded and donated to those most in need. Insurance is a pay-as-you-go standard, at minimum cost to the average household. Money, wealth, and security is totally streamlined, frictionless. If this sounds too good to be true, it isn't, and it's just the start. Central bank digital currencies are happening. Most central banks are already piloting their versions as I speak. A digital version of our currency we know today, issued by the central bank and based on a form of blockchain technology, making it immediately transferable, accessible, and highly convenient. However, some argue that CBDCs will be a dystopian nightmare, an aggressive form of control by the state to eavesdrop on our every transaction and ultimately control how and where we can spend our money. ushering in a monetary and social credit system like China, and that only cryptocurrencies give us real financial freedom, decentralized and controlled by no one. But it's not remotely the case. After all, money today is pretty much digital. We've been moving towards a cashless economy for years now. And anyone with a vague understanding of cryptocurrencies should know that the sector is everything but decentralized. So what's the rub? Well, to fully understand the pros and cons of digital currencies, we have to first demystify the word decentralization and unveil the hard truth. Take a dive into the confusing world of cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology, cut through the hypermania associated with it, debunk the idea that cryptos can and should replace our money and provide us with so-called financial freedom. Because ultimately, the real question is, who should we trust more? A centralized, sovereign state with all our digital footprint, or a centralized for-profit company with no sovereign support or regulation? We still live in a democracy last time I checked. We get to vote in the government and our privacy will be front and center. Decentralization, it doesn't really exist. Let me explain. Okay, the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. Born out of the financial crisis of 2008, a mysterious chap called Satoshi Nakamoto published a white paper outlining a revolutionary new concept for digital commerce. The world was reeling from the collapse of Lehman Brothers and the subprime crisis, and the subsequent government bailouts of major banks. The traditional financial system was under intense scrutiny. Power and greed had run amok, and the house of cards came crashing down. Enter Bitcoin, an electronic payment system based on cryptographic proof instead of untrustworthy intermediaries, free from the control of governments and central banks, that could be used by anyone, anywhere in the world without the need for permission or approval from any authority. A peer-to-peer decentralized mechanism of exchange verified through a blockchain network controlled by no one. Hell, the promise was real, unique, and revolutionary. But fast forward to today, and the reality is, well, very different. As it turned out, the cryptoverse is primarily used as an investment vehicle, not as a payment mechanism, little more than global casinos operating with virtually no rules or accountability, protected by no one. The sector became a lawless, quasi-centralized Wild West, a crypto zoo. Sure, there are some pockets of value add, but nowhere near the ideology Bitcoin set out to install. The cryptoverse turned into a minefield of scams, Ponzi schemes, and outright fraud, void of any sensibility or useful value. And with each seismic failure within the cryptoverse, new forms emerged with even less intrinsic value, driven by mere hysteria, FOMO, and get rich quick. All the while, we are somehow smarter for crypto. Every aspect of our lives will evolve because of it. Financial freedom, Web 3.0 protocols, and blockchain digital ownership, our IDs, healthcare records, assets, property, online data, smart contracts, and NFT my girlfriend. Everything will be tokenized, and a digital wallet will be our gateway to a life of access, ownership, security, value, and reward. The cryptoverse somehow morphed into a religion internalized by a select few, a dream of utopia in the temple of decentralization.
Fortune favors the brave.
Now, I am a crypto fan, but it's time we got real. Cryptocurrencies will never be widely accepted as an everyday form of exchange. They're too volatile and untrustworthy. And the world is not ready to tokenize everything. It's unnecessary. It's not a solution to any fundamental problem. And that's the problem. The cryptoverse is a solution trying to find a solution to a problem, because the problem it promises to solve can't be solved by it. Money. Or at least not in its current form. Bear with me. The ideology in which the dream is marinating is false. Decentralization, financial freedom, ownership, and power to the people, it's a mirage. Tokenizing an asset like fine art in the form of an NFT is fine, until someone hacks your wallet and transfers the NFT. Does that mean you don't own the art on your wall? think about that for a second. The idea of tokenizing real-world assets is frankly terrifying, especially in a world of open source AI. Scammers just got weaponized. And here's the rub, the inconvenient truth. If you peel back the facade of blockchain and decentralization, most of the crypto industry is already highly centralized, and decentralized finance, or DeFi, is everything but decentralized, Bitcoin being the only exception. All other currencies or tokens have management teams, CEOs, and transactions or protocols at the very core are verified by 2, maybe 3 major players, and all the while open to, well, censorship. The decentralized consensus mechanism of the network is up for scrutiny. Bitcoin's Lightning Network, required for scaling transactions, is centralized. The network in its true form is slow and expensive and remains unsuitable for buying that proverbial cup of coffee. It's not scalable. And here's the problem. The mechanics behind blockchain, or distributed ledger technology, is decentralized to some degree, but how we need to interact with the cryptoverse is by all means highly centralized. These interactive layers, much like bank accounts, credit card companies, exchanges that store data and manage your funds, are as centralized as the legacy system they aim to replace. The only difference is how transactions are verified behind the scenes. Decentralized finance is simply a buzzword to draw us into new mechanics that store, control, and distribute our every move. Little more than a changing of the guard, only far more riskier, with no guarantee or body to fall back on. When a solution is trying to find a problem, we become that solution. We become the product, and the product, as always, is information. The digital trail of every dollar spent, where we spend it, what we spend it on, when, our net worth. Are we savers, investors? How we invest and in which sector? Are we conservative or high risk takers? Our financial information is worth 10 times more than our browser history or social media habits. It's the final word as to who we are and what we can do and where we are going, our worth to the commercial economy in real time. That information is invaluable to the private sector, but impossible to share from the public sector. The future of crypto is clear, because there is a future, and a bright one. The survival of cryptocurrencies and decentralized finance pivots on both the regulation of the asset class and the introduction of central bank digital currencies. Hear me out. CBDCs will bring more credibility to the broader cryptocurrency space and improve our trust in digital currencies as a whole. CBDCs will serve as an on-ramp for people that are new to cryptocurrencies, accelerating adoption. It will foster innovation in financial services and technology. Only a complementary ecosystem can foster applications that go beyond traditional financial systems securely, and all the while slashing costs associated with spending and moving money 100% guaranteed by the state. It's win-win to the moon. So crypto needs a new tagline, a new identity. When we strip out all the hype and mania associated with it, only then will we get a glimpse as to how the asset class can be revolutionary. Alongside the world transitioning to CBDCs, we might start understanding where real value lies within the private sector. The cryptoverse simply needs to stop selling us intoxicating promises of applying tech to reform a financial sector stuck in last century, because it no longer will be. Overall, the interaction between CBDCs and private cryptocurrencies has the potential to create the most dynamic and innovative financial landscape we've ever seen, where each contributes its unique strengths and functionalities. So the next time mainstream media pumps crypto and it's going to the moon, question how decentralized is it, question where the real value lies, and whether or not it's a solution to a problem that cannot be solved otherwise. Question whether the solution complements the inevitable adoption of CBDCs. Stay tuned. In the next episode, we're diving into how Hollywood's fight against AI serves as a blueprint for all industries. The intersection between creativity and AI has some surprisingly positive results, totally overlooked by Hollywood. Hit the subscribe button, leave me a comment. Remember, the future is now, so don't miss it. Thanks for watching. Peace.